So y'all liked that season 2 villain reveal, huh?
So we heard you guys like Defiance. Some of you really like Defiance. We're not here to judge anybody. But we're staring from episode 15.
Yeah.
In unadulterated horror. Yeah.
Anyway, hello everyone.
Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to the Q&A.
Oy.
So let's start off with our first question that we usually have every week. Here, buddy, let me scoot over a little more so you're not hiding behind the mic arm.
I'm trying to not be hiding.
I know. I think I need to just like... There we go. Better.
Yes.
Okay, so...
I like modern art. Because I am.
Leo become Rogue Boy. The only good thing to happen to him this episode. So fucking true. Yeah. Remember when I said last week that Leo gets a nat 20 rolled on him in almost every single combat this season? Yeah. That was one of them.
That was one of them.
This fun story. This is one of I think 3 times that the captain rolls a nat 20 to do something mean to Leo.
The captain rolls nat 20s a lot. I have a very specific d20. This d20 that I have rolled for the captain a lot.
Well, and then we bought a special set of dice for the captain, yes, and that fucking d20, yeah, and that fucking d20 just spits out nat 20s like you would not believe.
But this d20 doesn't roll uncommonly well. But every time I roll it for the captain, nat 20, it infuriates me.
The captain just infuriates me, because, yeah, there's 3 or 4 incidences this season where the captain rolls to do something mean to Leo, and he just fucking rolls a nat 20 every time. Okay, so let's start off with our usual, which is talk about the playlist. This one was a good one.
Yeah.
Next week is my favorite one we've done so far, but this week was a good one. Oh. Whoops. Oh. What the fuck? Oh. No, what the hell is going on?
Our Spotify was glitching out.
It's still glitching out.
Oh, that's weird. Spotify doing some stuff. Why this?
Why is it still playing?
That's fine. Just mute it.
I don't know how.
Turn the volume down.
The application is not responding.
Oh, okay. I'm pulling it up on my phone. It's fine.
Okay, it finally stopped. I just heard distorted Demon Halsey noises coming out of my headphones. And I was like, what the hell?
That was weird. Anyway, hi guys.
Fun fact, I had the Defiance playlist up while Spotify got possessed briefly.
Oh, are you pulling it up? I was going to get it. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's working. Okay, it looks like it's done freaking out now.
Anyway, that was weird.
Our computer is haunted.
Yeah.
Anyway, episode playlist.
Intro was Rove and Go by the Darina Harvey Band. That's one of those things where we're framing a lot of stuff with sea shanties this season. So we get a lot of Darina Harvey opening tracks on the episode playlist of Pirate Arc. I think we get one next week too. No,
not next week,
next
but
week.
I think.
Oh, no, not until episode 10. Okay, but it was just a mood setter. Like I said, we do a lot of Darina Harvey and a lot of sea shanties as both openers and closers in a lot of the episodes this arc because they're good mood setters.
Yeah.
Villains Part 1 by Emma Blackery, which was the first time we've heard from Defiance on a playlist. Ooh. I am a maverick built to create, designed to destroy. Anyway.
Yikes.
And do you want to talk about Wolf Count by the Mountain Goats? Because that one was your idea.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me pull up the lyrics. Wolf Count by the Mountain Goats is a song.
Getting into Knives by the Mountain Goats just is an album.
Yeah.
Wolf Count was a Captain song, though. We weren't sure how well that would come across, but it was the Captain's direct response to that whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, don't do that. Sorry, I accidentally clicked the wrong link on the Google Lyrics thing, and it tried to take me to Music Match. No. But yeah, what was the line that really got me? Oh, yeah, the line that really got me about Wolf Count as a captain song was Breach the Perimeter with my brethren, know who your friends are when you need them, sleep soundly with the enemy, and remember me. Too dumb to trade his cloak for freedom.
Yep. Anyway, Defiance's dynamic with the captain is
bad.
Fucked.
It's
fucked up beyond all reason.
It's fucked and it's bad is the thing.
And then Washington Square Park was our one Leo song for this playlist, which was mostly related to that whole scene he had with Agrippina, where like we actually kind of got to see his changed ethics, really, about like how he has really changed how he views things, and like we see now the reasons that he is wanting to go back to Asteria and wanting to achieve that initial goal are like not the reasons that he started out with. They are, one could say, better reasons now.
One could say more altruistic.
Yeah. I left a lot of blood in California on our first trip out west. I was younger and restless back then, and I thought if no one's in my corner since everyone left, I'd better make it worth it. Like, yeah. When I said last week that Leo's getting ready to go into a major dark night of the soul, I fucking meant it. I'm so used to shooting myself in the kneecaps, standing in the way of progress, or letting down my friends, so I'm nailing shards of hope together to put something over my head, because you know here it's always raining and it happened again. Yeah.
Yikes. Lots of feelings about the season.
Most of them can be described with Wonder Years songs as far as Leo is concerned. We were looking at like what we have lined up for his character playlist for the rest of the season. And
a lot of Wonder Years.
There's at least going to be 4 Wonder Years songs on it. And then we are doing an all Wonder Years Leo playlist for the Patreon too.
Yeah. And the reverse is true with Fee and Florence and the Machine.
Yeah, I think you've already, let's just count that up. I've got Spotify open right now. You want me to put you on blast?
I would love that. I don't have any.
You don't have any so far. Okay.
So far.
But then
for future episodes, I have
1, 2, 3.
3 of them.
3, okay.
3 of them in the next 8 episodes.
So I'm still worse.
Yeah, but barely. But yeah.
And then Athena by the Nova Twins. Go for it.
Homo-antagonism.
So true.
Yeah, Athena by the Nova Twins is, it's just very, for the Fee and Defiance scene, just the lines, Athena, what do you look like in the morning? Athena, can you feel my body crawling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Homo-antagonism.
Homo-antagonism.
Hating somebody, but like in a gay way.
Yeah. And I have been waiting to pull that one out for like several months now.
Yeah, and then, that's interesting. I didn't remember picking that as our closer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we closed out with Alone Together by Fall Out Boy, which, like, yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just an interesting choice, though.
Yeah. We did this a while ago.
Yeah, we haven't touched this one or looked at it in a while. Huh, okay.
Yeah. I can't remember the rationale behind Alone Together.
Fee-captainisms.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, and then now we're going to dig into some of our questions that we got, questions that we got from our patrons. Hi, talk about the Pirate Queens. and then we just got so many questions after that.
Yeah.
What are they like? I feel like we did a pretty decent job with kind of like summing up their personalities in the small amount of screen time that we got. We didn't overly develop them, to be honest. Like we did a good bit of work, but we didn't like put as much work into them as we put into like the captain and the crew per se. Like we kind of had like a couple character concepts per pirate monarch and just kind of like rolled with that because and then there's another question of like when will we be seeing them again? In all likelihood, we won't.
We might see them. We'll probably see them in late season 3 when we're doing our ally gathering. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like when we're in season 3 and we're gathering up everybody that we've kind of won some allegiance from. At late season 3, probably the Pirate Queens will show up with everybody else.
Yeah, but it won't be like in depth or anything. We won't get any more like in depth exploration of them in podcast. I don't think, just because I don't think we're gonna have time to cover it.
Yeah.
But Beatrix and Ingrid are very in love, and they're
I
very
love
cute.
them.
And Ingrid is
They were the first concept that we had for the Pirate Queens. We were just like,
we were like the Pirate Queens. Tordoon should have 2 Pirate Queens, and they should be married, and one of them should bake.
Yeah,
yeah, like Ingrid making cookies was like the first concept that we had. And then I liked kind of what we did for Beatrix. Like she was very like blunt and very pragmatic, and like she seems like a pretty solid person.
Yeah.
Like once again, there's no problems that can't be solved by a butch with a carabiner, man. There she is. It happened again.
It's true to life.
But yeah, we liked a lot of the concepts that we had for Beatrix and Ingrid and kind of how they play off of each other.
We fucking love Agrippina.
Yeah, the concept for Agrippina was something that we were very into.
There was a captain line that got cut of oh fuck, what was the line? Yeah, she's been around. Look at her, she's ancient. She's been around this long. That's how you know she's good. A couple years ago, her first mate suggested that she retire.
Yep.
And in a weird twist of fate, that first mate then had to retire due to some sudden onset medical issues.
Yeah. And in a weird twist of fate, he had to retire because he fell off the boat.
And got severely injured.
Yeah.
So Agrippina is just like this extremely old, just fucking badass old lady. Like, she's really fucking cool. And then the thing about her, I think we actually figured out that she was a Volduran war vet, like when we recorded the episode, because like I had kind of pitched like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if she opened up the conversation with Leo with "I met your father once. He was a little shit." Yeah.
And also we kind of wanted to explore the fact of like any moral person that was in the Volduran army or navy when that war was going on is not anymore.
Yeah, in fact, she's a pirate now.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was a really interesting character. I think badass old ladies are cool in general, but like she was really fun, and it was like really fun to do her whole thing with like the ruby eye and everything. She's just cool. Yeah. She's just cool. She's just rad. Yeah.
We had a lot of fun putting her whole vibe together.
Yeah. Katya, we know. We know Katya, and like as Katya said, she's not really a pirate. They just think she's neat and include her. Yeah, and they include her in their. Katya's in the like pirate book club.
Got a big boat
or whatever. She's got a big boat. She's the pirate queen of the sky by default, and everybody else just likes her, so she gets to come to the meeting.
Yeah. But we had a lot of fun with that. Kata, I don't think we got to really dig into.
Well, we got asked. Yeah, we have a question about that, so we'll handle that in a second. How well do they all get along?
Oh yeah. Pretty well.
Nobody likes Defiance.
Nobody likes. I think that was kind of the pitch that we had for their dynamic is just Defiance is the friend that no one likes. Yeah. The rest of them get along very well when they're not deliberately antagonizing each other and stealing from each other.
You kind of saw in that banter with like the captain and Ingrid that like they do kind of take it in a good natured way. It's kind of like I was kind of pitching it as like an honor among thieves thing. Yeah. Like, they all know what they are. They all know that they're pirates. They all know that this is what they do for a living. And, like, most of the pirate monarchs that aren't Defiance have a good enough rapport with each other that, like, they realize that, like, oh, yeah, like, oh, fuck, the captain just stole from me. But, yeah, he's a pirate. I'm a pirate. That's what we do. Yeah. Are we still playing poker next week? Like...
Yeah. But yeah, we think they're just people that have known each other for a very long time at this point, and very much have that honor among thieves thing going on.
Yeah, and for the most, and like we've said, like everybody just likes Katya, which is why Katya gets included in things. Like everybody just thinks Katya is really cool. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, I would go as far as to say that they're all friends. I mean, and well, like the captain even clarified that like he and Kato were friends. I think he and Kato were very close.
Yeah.
Because their two territories are like right up next to each other,
Yeah,
so they would have had a lot of interaction.
Yeah, that and like
Defiance was their biggest mutual problem. Like,
yeah, and I envisioned them having like very similar roles. Like I envisioned Kata being to Dowrier what the captain is to the Zephyr Isles,
which is protection. Yeah.
Protection and supplying for people that are systematically not cared for. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because there is really no government in Dowrier, because like most of the country's been outside of like major urban centers, or not even like major urban centers, but I think we said that like a lot of things like due to natural disasters have kind of like made a lot of the country like completely innavigable. Like,
yeah. I kind of pictured Dowrier like structurally and infrastructure wise being very much like, we're both from like the general Appalachia area. I pictured Dowrier being like very much like up in the mountains where you can't really get anything.
There's a lot of hollers. Yeah. There's a lot of people that live like fucking up a holler and
exactly.
And getting, like getting news to people up there is hard.
Yeah, like a lot of people are very isolated. A lot of communities rather are very, very isolated.
Yeah.
So
well, I grew up in a community that was like one of the bigger towns in my state, and there were still parts of the town where I grew up that like we didn't have cable until I was in high school because the cable companies did not run cable up where I lived. Yeah. And like my wife grew up in a county with 3 stoplights. So like the very like remote, like isolated mountain hollers is kind of like what we were workshopping for that. Yeah,
and when that's the kind of situation infrastructure wise, there's A, not a lot of ways to get people provided for, and B, not a lot of people that care enough to do it. So
yeah. I think the idea of Kata Brywin being a riverboat pirate is really cool. Actually.
Yes. Yeah. She's got other boats, but like
but like, I mean, if there's a lot of rivers that are going up through the mountains, which is like typically how that works, like she would probably supply people by like coming up the river and being like, hey, y'all need anything? Yeah. Paddle faster, I hear banjos.
Fuck. But yeah, and that's kind of the same role that the captain fulfills for farther flung communities in the Zephyr Isles, which is what we go into later.
Yeah, because geographically it's a little different, but the problem is still the same.
Yeah, the problem is very similar.
Yeah.
So we figured that they bonded a lot over that, and that they got along very well because of that, and because of the fact that like people just get picked out of the Dragon's Maw that are people that serve under them, and like it's an ongoing problem that they're both very concerned with.
And they've both been, they both had been working together, I think, to try to crack and try to figure out like what was actually happening, because they never really fully broke through on what was happening. It was just like,
I think Kata got too close.
I think Kata got close to doing it, which is why she
F's in the chat.
Kata was cool though. Yeah. She was.
Everything we've workshopped about Kata is very cool, and she's never going to show up in podcast, which makes us very sad.
Kata Brywin and Valor and Valsine shaking hands. Yeah. Will they play a big part in the season? No. What was the process of creating them like? Like we said,
the process for creating any minor NPC in the show is just us bouncing concepts back and forth.
Yeah, and we kind of, what we did with the Pirate Queens was we did just kind of take like raw character concepts and kind of run with them. Like with Agrippina, we just had like cool old lady, and then like it kind of grew from there and got a little more detailed.
Yeah, they got more detailed as we were playing them, but like we knew we weren't going to see a lot of them, so we didn't feel the need to flesh them out before we started playing them, if that makes sense. Yeah,
versus like when we built, NPCs, we've been working on the intricacies of the captain's characterization since season 1. Yeah. Like when we know that we're going to have somebody that's going to be around for a while,
I was fleshing Vervain out for months.
Yeah, it's just the nature of storytelling that when you know that someone's going to be around for a while, like you just end up putting more work into them. Versus, like we were trying really hard to be realistic about like how long are these ladies really going to be around? How much are we actually going to see of them? Yeah. And I feel like they still turned out cool. Yeah. And I feel like
I like how they turned out.
I like how they turned out a lot too. And I feel like we made them meaty enough that they're still interesting, and like if you guys want to dig into them more, go for it.
Yeah.
Like I'd be really, if I could read somebody's meta on what they think Agrippina the Red's whole deal is, it would make me the happiest fucking man on earth. Actually, like,
oh man.
Is there a reason why all the pirate monarchs are women other than the captain? Is it a women-only role, and did he start transitioning after gaining the title? No.
No, we just thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Pirate queens. We just thought it was interesting.
We just thought it was neat if it was all of these like cool, strong, badass women and their mutually adopted idiot.
Yeah, and their emotional support himbo. We thought that's a fun dynamic.
The captain got. So the captain became Pirate King of the Zephyr Isles. Well, and the previous Pirate Monarch of the Zephyr Isles was a dude. Yeah. And then the captain killed him because he was an asshole and took his title and used his new resources as Pirate King to build a defensive fleet to help protect the Zephyr Isles. Yeah. The captain got top surgery after becoming Pirate King of the Zephyr Isles, but
that's when he had the resources to do it.
Yeah, but he had transitioned before that because
like socially.
Socially, and he actually did not become the Pirate King of the Zephyr Isles until after he married Sabine. Yeah. So it was in elf terms pretty recent. Recent. Yeah, like he became Pirate King of the Zephyr Isles shortly after he and Sabine got married.
So like 22-ish
years ago. Yeah, about.
Yeah. So like in elf terms, like 4 years. So at like age 26-ish, he became the Pirate King of the Zephyr Isles.
Yeah, because we said the captain is the elf equivalent of 32, right? Yeah.
I don't think we said 32. I think we said Defiance was closer to 32.
Like no, we said Defiance was closer to 35.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Math.
Because we said Sabine's 30, the captain's 32, and Defiance is 35.
Right. Yeah. Math is difficult.
Yeah, so he had transitioned by the time he became Pirate King of the Zephyr Isles, but he took all of those wonderful, wonderful new resources and then took a couple months to sail to Bogwilder and get top surgery directly after becoming Pirate King of the Zephyr Isles.
Yeah.
And you know what? Good for him.
Yeah. But yeah, so like, it's kind of the situation where like, Agrippina's known him fucking forever, and he has been on the Council of Pirate Monarchs for as long as Beatrix and Ingrid have been.
Because they have shorter lifespans. Yeah. Well, halflings live a little bit longer.
Not
much longer,
that long. Yeah. Especially not in the way that I've been calculating lifespans. I've just done more about that. But yeah, he's been on there for a while. They've known him forever. So.
Yeah. Oh, I would say Beatrix and Ingrid have known him. Yeah, I would say he's known Agrippina the longest. Yeah. Well, and probably Kada, because she was an elf. Yeah. But yeah. And then do Goliaths have longer lifespans? I can't remember.
I don't think we've said anything about how Goliaths work in our universe.
Yeah, I don't even really think we put that much thought into it. I don't think we've ever really discussed it.
I think we were too afraid that we were going to think of something that gave the giant wife's lifespan angst.
And we didn't want to do that, yeah.
So we didn't decide it.
We're putting our feet down. Our feet down, rather.
Yeah,
we're putting our feet down. Our foots. We're putting our feet down firmly. No lifespan angst in this fucking campaign.
Yeah. If you guys want to write lifespan angst,
you go for it. That's your and it's your problem. It's not our fault.
We aren't doing it. We are firm on that. Oh, jeez. Oh, and can we talk about Captain Gender?
Yeah, actually, wait, speaking of that, can you talk about Captain Genderisms? Yes. Apologies if that was in another Q&A, I missed a few. Yeah, well, we have discussed it in previous Q&As.
Somebody said, Leo Zed lifespan angst, but...
No.
Nope, Zed gets timeless body when he gets to a high enough level, because monks get that. Try it again.
Just a beautiful man, too stubborn to die.
Yeah, Zed gets timeless body. Try it. No lifespan angst in our podcast.
You tried. Because Zed is straight leveling on Monk. Yep. So, yep. As soon as he gets to a high enough level, he can live as long as he fucking wants.
Yeah. The text of Timeless Body for monks is that it's something about you cannot die unless you are killed or something to that effect.
No, it was your body does not fall victim to the effects of old age.
Yeah.
And then I argued
and
that the thing that makes you die of old age is like your cellular reproduction slowing down and tissues breaking down. Like that's what makes people die of old age.
So if you're not affected by so if your body is not subject to the effects of old age, you could argue that Zed's not going to die unless somebody kills him.
Which, you know what? That's so true.
And they can try it.
And they can try. Yeah. But yeah, speaking of which, can you talk about Captain Genderisms?
Yes.
Yeah, like I think I did this in last week's Q&A. The Captain is a binary trans dude, but he has just elected to not do fantasy testosterone for...
Because it would fuck with a shanty voice.
Yeah, yeah, we made the joke that it would fuck with a shanty voice, which is like, again, I mentioned last week something that is really personal to me, because like one of the things, I needed to go on testosterone for like my psychological health to not get shot to shit, but as a classically trained singer, I was deathly afraid of losing my singing voice, and so I kind of projected that in a major way onto the Captain. The Captain for me is...
Somebody in the chat said, Alan Berry protecting us from angst, but only sometimes.
Only sometimes, yeah. Yeah, the Captain for me is half dating sim and half wish fulfillment.
God. I'm so fond of you.
Because on one hand, look at him. And on the other hand, to be a financially stable 32-year-old with a career he's passionate about that gets to live on a boat and sing sea shanties all day.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, he's just like and we have a lot of like pretty diverse like trans mask representation on the show, I think, because we have like
in this campaign,
in this campaign, because we've got
more of a diversity of trans femme representation
next campaign, but we have like Leo, who has like elected to do top surgery, has elected to do HRT, and that was what he needed. We just wanted to do a lot with like talking about how everybody's transition is different.
And in this campaign that kind of came down to like differences between like Leo who went on HRT and got top surgery, and the Captain who just got top surgery because that's what he needed, and Ravane who is never going to do that.
Yeah.
He likes his body. Fucking.
Ravane did HRT, right?
Ravane's on hormones, but he's never going to get top surgery.
Yeah.
Don't want to. And good for him, I think.
Yeah, and good for him.
And good for Verity.
So, but yeah, I mean, so as far as
whereas in this campaign, a lot of our trans femme representation is very binary, unless.
Well, no, because we're meeting one of the cousins.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean binary, but very as far as transition, like very what's the word? Like very straightforward, like culturally expected transition stuff for a lot of our trans femme characters in this campaign. Like Lynn and Camila and Fee and Sabine are all binary trans women that are on HRT.
But we're meeting one of their cousins next season that is
not.
Is not a trans woman, but is non-binary.
Yeah, but is trans femme non-binary. Yeah. And I have been interpreting Kiva as trans feminine. I don't think we're going to go into that in the podcast.
I don't think we're going to have time.
Yeah, because I don't think we're going to have time. But I have been personally headcanoning and writing Kiva as a non-binary trans woman. So, but like a lot of the trans feminine characters in this campaign have very standard transition like timelines and routes, and other than Lynn, I think a lot of the canonically trans feminine characters are pretty gender conforming, and that's just how it shook out in this campaign. It is not true of our second one already
at all in a big way.
Already, that is not true of our second campaign, but
yeah. But yeah, like a lot of what we wanted to do as two trans people, like making stories using TTRPGs about trans identities. Like one of the big things we decided we wanted to do at the very beginning is like we should do a lot of representation about how like everybody's transition is different
and we've gotten bolder about it as we've gone on. Because like we started out with Fee and Leo, who are both very binary and have pretty standard paths to transition. Like, I think the most we deviated with them is that Leo is gender nonconforming.
Like Leo's very GNC,
and Fee hasn't gotten bottom surgery, but we'll go into that.
Yeah.
Like, but as we've gone on, we've been just getting a little more adventurous with it. Like, you know what?
And then the captain kicks in the door. Top of the morning to you.
Yeah, as we've gone on through the episodes, we've been very much feeling more. You know what?
What if we just went apeshit?
Yeah. Being palatable is overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, not palatable, but like palatable to cis people is overrated, and we don't want to do it.
I don't know that anybody that listens to our podcast is cishet.
Yeah, well,
I don't. Which like, and that's fine. And that's good because that like if they do, cool. Like enjoy yourselves. You're not our target audience.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's been something like because the format was already so experimental, we weren't getting very adventurous with our rep in the early episodes, and then as we went on, we were just like, "What? You know what?
Let's just do it."
Yeah, just go wild. That was a long tangent.
That was a long tangent.
Sorry.
That's what happens when you ask us about genderisms.
Yeah, gender.
Also, what do Fee and Leo think of the pirates as they've spent time with them working on the ship? Leo and the captain don't like each other. Yeah, they don't like each other.
Fee's a big fan of one pirate.
In particular.
I think they're both enchanted by Pelican, just because everyone is.
Yeah, like how do you look at Pelican and not just find him absolutely fascinating?
Yeah.
I think Leo's in a place right now where he's not super willing to trust any of them, but he's enchanted by Pelican. He's a little bitter at Boots for taking his shoes right now, but he acknowledges that Boots is a good dude.
Yeah. I think Fee likes glasses and you just because Fee's ideal circumstance in life is to be a fun older sister figure to a bunch of rowdy teens.
Yeah. Which, like, I think that
Fee's not good with, like, younger kids, but teens...
Yeah, which, like, I think Leo also likes glasses and you because Leo is a kid whisperer, and we've seen that before. And, like, yeah, they're not tiny kids, but they are still kids, so he, like, kind of automatically likes them. Because Leo really likes kids, and Leo is really good with kids. Except for you, who's just mean to him, but he kind of likes that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
She's allowed.
Yeah.
But yeah. For our bell sign, we'll see a rowdy teen and go, anybody gonna be kind, or anybody gonna be a rowdy older sister to that, and not wait for an answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, Leo is conflicted about how much he trusts the pirates right now, but he has a couple favorites, and we know that Fee has a favorite, so...
Yeah, well... I think Fee likes Doc also.
How do you not like Doc, though? She's
like
just
Doc.
a cranky old lady, yeah.
She's great. And Fee likes the cat. He's a cat person.
We do have a joke that's going to be coming up way later in the season about how the only person that the cat has ever not hated is Sabine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, the cat tolerates glasses. The cat liked Sabine.
Likes Sabine.
The cat liked Sabine a lot. Yeah. Because they would have gotten the cat.
Yeah.
Notice of Delinquent Repayment is an old ass cat.
Yeah, Notice of Delinquent Repayment is a very old cat.
Yeah.
But
Notice of Delinquent Repayment is over 20 years old, I would say. Like, he's an old ass cat.
I think Leo and Fee both feel kind of nervous for Ascot and his impending ulcer.
Yeah. Poor Ascot, man. He's just doing his best. He's just a guy.
He's just a dude.
Okay, and now are all the Defiance questions. Okay, here we go.
We would never roast you, but...
We would never roast you, but we are looking back from episode 15 with unbridled horror.
We are roasting ourselves a little bit because we knew this was gonna happen, but we also didn't expect it. No, we expected it, but we weren't prepared for it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we had the thought of like, yeah, fuck, man, we made a pirate lady our big bad of season 2.
We made an evil pirate lady. The Willows are gonna go off the ship.
But the thing is that she's like,
yeah,
like awful on a pretty unforgivable level.
Yeah.
But we will.
Our whole thing with Defiance is we don't care if you think she's hot. We are just begging everyone to not try and make her a
good person.
Not try and like reconstruct the character to be better than she is.
Because she's not.
She sucks.
In fact, she just keeps getting worse.
Yeah. She sucks and she doesn't want to change, and that's all that we need to impress upon people.
She sucks and she doesn't want to change, and just like watch the way she interacts with the captain and tell me that that's not abusive X shit. But
we have a lot of thoughts about Defiance.
We do, and like we always try to write compelling villains. We always try to write layered villains, and she does have a lot of layers, but unfortunately, we're not going to get into a lot of her layers until we are able, because Defiance will not expose herself to weakness and will not tell us about her layers.
We're going to get into her layers later.
Once we get back to somebody who can tell us about it from an outside perspective. Verity.
You could have ended the sentence.
Well,
I'm very fond of you.
Well, Fee made the comment about her being from
yeah.
the Silent City. Like, that's a logical train of thought. But
I'm very fond of you. What's Defiance's big 3? Gemini, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, Capricorn, Rising.
Disgusting.
Yucky.
But like a gross Gemini.
Yeah, like a rancid Gemini.
Because I've met some really nice Geminis that I like a lot.
I've met some great Geminis.
Yeah.
Defiance isn't one of them. Oh man, just a nasty Gemini.
And like, I'm allowed to roast her Scorpio moon because I also have a Scorpio moon. So she has like the nasty Gemini two-facedness, but with the Scorpio moon like murder impulse, and also tendency towards social manipulation. Again, I'm allowed to say this. I have a Scorpio moon.
Nasty.
And then Cap Rising, she does come across as like, she projects herself
as very capable and very steadfast and very
yeah. Will we get Art of Defiance, or do you have a face claim for her? We're considering getting Art. We're considering
we might get Art of all of our villains. We've considered it. It'll just kind of come down to the budget and whether we have time.
Subscribe to the Patreon, baby.
Subscribe to Patreon.
Because that's what we use the money for.
Yeah. And
I hate this. I hate that we have to do this.
Her face claim is Natalie Dormer.
It's Natalie Dormer, please. We're begging you.
Don't try to rehabilitate her.
Why did we do this?
Internalize that she is played by Natalie Dormer, but please don't try to rehabilitate her.
I hate that we had to say it out loud. I feel like this is just going to go so bad for us.
Yeah. Things are going to go badly. But we couldn't do anybody else. Like, that's just... Come on. Specifically Natalie Dormer with the mannerisms of Jamie Moriarty in Elementary.
And Marjorie Terrell.
That too, yeah. I was saying the look of Marjorie Terrell, but the mannerisms of Jamie Moriarty, like the very... the way that she acts. And the homoeroticism of Jamie Moriarty. Anyway...
Please, we're on our hands and knees. We know what we did. We're sorry.
I don't care if anybody sexualizes her. I don't care if anybody thinks Defiance is hot. Just don't rehabilitate her as a person, and that is all I ask. Otherwise, go wild. I don't care.
Does Defiance have a canon sexuality? And if so, what is it? So here's the thing.
We have been saying that we kind of interpret her as bi, but I don't want to be like, diversity win, the human trafficker is bisexual. Even though we are both bi, and we have a lot of bi characters.
Well, and like both of our protagonists are bi, and like
but
2 out of 3 of our love interests are also bi.
but also it feels weird to me to just be like, to just publicly be like, haha, diversity win. But
because she sucks.
Because she sucks. But I don't think we're gonna make anything like hard and fast canon. Because of how predatory she is, I would ask that our listeners who are not lesbians do not headcanon her as such. Because I feel scummy about that.
And also that our listeners that are not trans women don't headcanon her as a trans woman for the same reason.
Yeah, for the same reason. Like, because of how predatory she is, I would feel uncomfortable with people who do not share those identities having those headcanons about Defiance. Otherwise, go wild. I don't care. But, like... but yeah, like, I know our lesbian listeners are going to go wild. I don't care what you guys do. It's fine. Do whatever you want.
Well, I mean, interpreting her as a lesbian has issues because she's certainly been involved in a relationship with the captain. But yeah,
that has some issues. But like, because of like the weird timeline of it, and because she comes off as a little bit weird about that, I don't feel like that would be bad in the same way that it would be bad because she is as predatory as she is. Again, everybody else go wild, but like, we are not going to, I think, establish anything really hard and fast canon about Defiance's sexuality just because anything we say could go badly.
Defiance's sexuality is that Defiance is attracted to power.
Defiance likes power.
Defiance likes power.
Yeah. Defiance
likes power and influence and money, which is what she said explicitly in canon, actually.
Yeah. But it was we have been writing her as attracted to both men in the case of the captain and attracted to women in the case of Fee. And that is what I'm going to say about that. Anything else anybody wants to do, go wild.
Go nuts. Do what you want.
Yeah. And we've been more comfortable joking about her being bi just because we are both bi.
Yeah.
And because we have so much positive bi rep to balance, anyway, I think we've also joked about her being attracted to Sabine, but anyway.
Well, we have a few episodes before we get into that.
Yes.
But are you going to release a Defiance playlist at some point? Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Patreon, and possibly public later.
Yeah. And the lead track on it is "Deal with It" by Ash Nico.
Yeah. Defiance playlist is a lot.
It's a lot.
Defiance is a lot as a character. What's Defiance's favorite color? Gunsmoke gray.
Yeah, we said like gunmetal, like blue-gray. Yeah.
Blue-gray, yeah.
And anyway, after half of our Patreon questions being Defiance related, it's time for open question time.
You are all valid.
You're all valid, and if you want to ask more shit about her, fucking go
ahead,
for it.
It's fine. Yeah. Oh, man. Never apologize. The person that asked a lot of our Defiance questions is apologizing in the chat.
Don't apologize.
Never apologize. We want her to be compelling villain. We love that you asked questions. All that we ask is that the fandom at large does not try to rehabilitate her as a person.
Don't Kylo Ren her. We're begging you.
Please.
Like, you can acknowledge how hot she is.
Yeah. That's just kind of the thing that we've been scared of. Vis-a-vis Defiance. Oh, jeez.
I can't believe we had to admit that we've been fan casting her as Natalie Dormer. It's over. We're done.
We're done.
We're done.
Yeah, we've been using Natalie Dormer mostly as a reference. I also said I've been thinking of her like, the fuck is the name of the girl from the Queen's Gambit? Anya
Taylor-Joy?
Taylor-Joy, yes. That's right. I've also thought that was a pretty good facial reference.
Pointy.
Yeah, pointy. Yeah. Oh, jeez. But yeah, open question. We're being people are protesting us doing that to Anya Taylor-Joy. I'm just saying the pointy facial structure. The pointy facial structure is there. Like a 35-year-old Anya Taylor-Joy. I don't know how old she is. Anyway, just very pointy. Just like pointy chin, pointy jaw, big eyes is kind of how we've been picturing
Mhm.
Defiance. Yeah. And somebody that like leans into that aspect of her appearance because she knows that it makes her look less intimidating than she is.
Which is why she talks. Well, and like that's a good voice acting note of like how I did Defiance. So you notice that a lot of the ways that I do Defiance's character voice is that she she leans into the breathiness of it, and she kind of, you know, goes for this really flippant, really innocent facade, but then when she gets serious, it all drops away a little bit.
Yeah. And that's something that...
Yeah, like, I could... The line that I did with that in Parlay Cove was, and that's not good for your father's interests, or more importantly, mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, she can drop it all in a second. Yeah, like, it's all constructed.
Somebody said, is this another moment of Barry going, I'm sorry, I know they're hot? Yeah.
Yeah. Except with the captain, I wasn't apologizing that much because he's not that bad of a person.
Yeah.
He has killed several people. But
yeah, like that's the thing with our villains, is that we know how Moreland and Alasha are. We weren't expecting people to be
horny for them.
Yeah, we weren't expecting people to be like romanticizing Moreland and Alasha because Moreland is old and shitty, and Alasha. She is very much the mother of a viewpoint character. So like we didn't, despite her MILF tendencies, we didn't expect a lot of Alasha romanticization, but we were ready. We were not ready, but we were expecting it for Defiance. Yeah. We were like, we did this. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. But yeah, a lot of the way that we've done her character voice is similar to how you did the Kalesa voice, actually.
Well, yeah, because I've described Defiance's character voice as Kalesa but evil.
Yeah.
Well, because Kalesa's isn't quite as breathy. Like, if I'm talking
it's
about...
It's the Kalesa voice, but if Kalesa was gaslighting you.
Yeah, because Kalesa's character voice isn't that breathy. It's actually, you know, pretty bright, and it's resonating a lot up here in the nasal cavity and everything. Like, if we're talking about it from a technical standpoint. So all you have to do to make it Defiance is just, like, run a little bit more breath over it. And then when Defiance is being serious, it drops a little lower in the throat. Yeah.
Somebody said, can you remind us what Defiance looks like? Jade Green Infernal Elf, she has twisty, like, antelope horns.
Yeah, like, oh, fuck, what's the type of antelope? I think it's an okapi? Hold on.
No, I think it's something.
It's one of the antelopes that has, like, the little twisty. Yeah, but they're straight. Yeah.
They're, like, corkscrew straight up. She looks like Natalie Dormer.
She looks like Natalie Dormer.
And she has the hair of, like, Natalie Dormer playing Marjorie Terrell.
Yeah, but, like, instead of red, it's ashy brown. Yeah.
And a pirate hat.
I actually think that's one of the, like, really dumb, funny things about Defiance.
Yeah.
Is that she has to have a tiny little pirate hat to fit in between her horns.
The front point.
It's just a little. She has to get a really little pirate hat.
Yeah, like the witch hats on headbands. Yeah.
She's just got a really tiny little pirate hat to, like, fit in between her horns.
Somebody said she has a smaller hat under it. Yeah. Oh, geez. And as far as, like, fashion-wise, the thing about her is that she wants to be able to blend in either in pirate circles or in Ashurian Navy circles. So the way that she dresses, I think we've said is, like, pretty generic, but, like, she has her, like, service medals on her vest. And she's got, like, the puffy pirate shirt, and she's got the sword at her side. Like...
And all of her shit is very expensive because she's very well paid for all of the shit that she does for the Asturian Navy.
For all the human trafficking that she does.
People don't know that yet. Shut up.
Well, we implied it.
Well, we implied it, but the characters, in a big way, don't know that yet.
Anyway, we know what the Asturian Navy does. I hit the mouse with my cup.
I'm gonna run and refill my drink. You handle.
Yes. Go ahead. Somebody said, "Hey, what's the captain's favorite kind of candy?" Answer it.
Cinnamon anything. Cinnamon ribbon candy.
So true. And then somebody said, what about Captain Face Claim? We couldn't find a great face claim because there aren't a lot of trans dudes that are actors or models that aren't on testosterone. But and even fewer that have the facial structure that we were picturing for the captain. The closest reference we were able to find was Trinity Bree, who I believe is non-binary. But yeah, the closest reference we were able to get to was Trinity Bree. So,
and even that's not perfect.
And even that's not perfect. Like, yeah, but we got as close as we could when we were providing references for the artist that did our commission for him. So, but yeah. But like a little bit longer in the face than Trinity Bree, I think we said. Like a little bit, but not more, or not much. Somebody said, how did Pelican get the bird? He goes over this next episode.
Yeah, you'll figure that out next week.
But we can say it now. Pelican, it's a warlock thing. Like Pelican got the bird when he made his warlock deal. He did not find the bird found him. And it hasn't left. I think we said this in the last Q&A, Pelican washed up on a deserted island after some stuff, and the bird was just sitting there. And he, because Pelican is entirely non-speaking, Pelican usually, before the bird, communicated through sign language. So he was signing frantically at the bird, and the bird went, "My good man, wait a moment, concentrate."
What the fuck?
Somebody said, when is the Defiance playlist coming out? Do you know? On Patreon.
On Patreon soon. I mean, really soon. Yeah, because it's done.
Yeah.
I mean,
on Patreon it should be in the next week or two. Oh, jeez. But yeah, we very much. That has been one of our favorite lines that will never actually be in the podcast. It's just, "My good man, calm down, concentrate." What the fuck?
Yeah, and we never get to discuss it.
It's so good. But that is our favorite extra canonical line. That and the bird voice. Somebody in chat said somebody in chat, as if it's not me, the same person asking all the Defiance questions every time. Yeah, but but yeah, our other favorite extra canonical line relating to Pelican has just been the bird "Yes, I translate my good man's thoughts and put them into words for him." So what does the inside of Pelican's head sounds like?
Death metal. The bird just
opened his mouth and it's just the bird opens his mouth and it's just screaming in bass guitar. The bodies hit the fire. Pelican's doing his best.
All right, 10-minute call.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any last-minute questions?
Oh, jeez.
Does the bird get along with the cat? I must know. I think famously. I think they get along famously,
yeah.
actually.
I think they mostly stay out of each other's space, which is what both the bird and the cat prefer. Does Pelican have a favorite candy?
Pelican doesn't technically have to eat.
Pelican doesn't have to eat. I think either just straight up blue raspberry cotton candy.
Licorice.
Or, I was going to say, or those really salty black licorice candies from Sweden. No in between. No in between. What color did we say Defiance's hair was again? Ashy brown.
Ashy brown. So a very light brown with very cool undertones, because we've established that a big part of Australian color palettes is very cool.
They have cool undertones. Yeah. Somebody said, "Give me more cat content, please." The cat.
The cat is just vibing. He hates everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cat just showed up one day, and they haven't been able to get rid of it. They weren't able to get rid of it for a while, and then Glasses just liked the cat and wanted to keep it.
And the cat feels bad about like scratching Glasses or being mean to him, so it tolerates him.
Yeah.
But
and also Glasses sneaks the cat snacky treats all the time.
Yeah, that's so true.
Somebody said favorite candies of all the pirates. Go. Okay, we said Captain Cinnamon Ribbons. We said Pelican, either cotton candy or black licorice. Boots, something orangey or lemony.
Yeah,
like citrus hard candies.
Yeah, probably like lemon drops. Probably yeah.
Lemon drops.
Yeah.
Yes. Doc likes grandma candy.
Yeah. She's got the little strawberry candies.
Yeah,
that have like the jelly
Werther's
inside.
Originals.
Yeah. You, I think, like sour candy, so I think she'd be either into like Sour Patch Kids or like Warheads or something. Yeah.
Glasses. I think Glasses would have gone absolutely apeshit for taste stations.
Either that or I feel like Glasses would be into Wonka candies too. Like I feel like Glasses could get down on a box of gobstoppers or like bottle caps or something. Yeah.
Like novelty candies.
Mm-hmm.
For the experience of it all. Ascot, I just think Ascot just would love just some nice chocolate, just some nice
chocolates,
chocolate,
yeah.
and a hammock, and some time to chill, and that's what Ascot wants out of life.
You just want some good truffles.
We have a running joke about Ascot is just a stressed grad student who's just here. Somebody said those little Japanese kits where you assemble little candy things for Glasses. Yeah, that exactly.
Where are Glasses' parents? He needs an adult. They're dead, dog. They're super dead. And we'll find out why.
We go into that. But yeah. The closest thing Glasses has to parents is
the captain.
Pelican and the captain. Yeah. The crew at large are Glasses' parents. Same goes for you. Like the crew at large are their parents. I think we said Boots and Pelican specifically are basically used dads.
Yeah, essentially.
You voice, I got these nice new dads, but unfortunately they're gross.
Unfortunately, they keep trying to kiss each other. And that's weird.
Unfortunately, they keep making out.
Does the captain just adopt people? That's his whole thing,
That's
dog.
What the crew is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The crew is just the captain's big found family.
Yeah.
Which again, like we'll find out more about that next week.
Like, more, but yeah, the crew is just a found family. Through various means, the captain has acquired all of them. And they just work there now.
Okay, last call. I feel like we can go a little long today.
Yeah,
we don't have much to do.
But yeah.
But yeah, if you guys have more questions, we'll go a little long today. But
yeah, but like we'll go into the methods by which most of the crew were acquired at some point. But
you guys will get it next week.
Yeah,
you'll get it next week.
Yeah,
but yeah,
you'll understand next week.
He'd adopt Leo if he could actually stand him. That's so true.
Yeah.
Well, didn't we have the captain as a swinging love interest eventually, or like initially?
Yeah, when we were doing our initial planning, we kind of had him as a
because like Leo could have had a season 1 romance option.
Yeah.
Or he could have picked the captain in season 2, and then
then we had the whole Sabine thing, and we narrowed it down.
Yeah, and then like I latched onto Zed super hard, and it didn't happen. But
and also as we've been fleshing out Leo and the captain more,
they can't stand each other.
They can't stand each other. But we have made jokes amongst ourselves of like Leo was the captain's type until he opened his mouth.
Yeah. Oh, he's a brat. I see. Never mind.
Yeah. Can't have that. Yeah, somebody said, could you imagine the old married couple banter?
Oh, wait till Sabine gets back. Yeah.
We've also made jokes about how the captain and Zed are going to be very attracted to each other when they meet.
Oh, we've
so beautiful.
And we've made jokes about like Leo talking to Zed and making the fucking joke that a lot of like couples make with their significant others about like, oh, if you had a hall pass in our friend group, who would you pick? Like just being shitty that Leo would do this, and Zed without hesitating is going to be like the captain in a minute if he would allow it.
Like somebody said, there's only room for one brat in the captain's relationships, and it's him. Actually, it's Sabine.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't feel bad about spoiling this, but the first interaction that we're getting between the captain and Zed is, "Oh, you're a big son of a bitch, aren't you? You ever stolen a boat, big man?"
No.
No.
We're getting he smashes it up to being a brat. Yeah. Yeah. She's just like that.
Yeah, the captain and Zed are going to be best friends, as everything turns out, but they are number one on each other's hall pass lists.
Yeah, I think the same could be said of Sabine and Kalesa.
So true. Yeah. Well, Kalesa's already flirted with. Kalesa's already flirted with Sabine, so
gay people friend groups. Will we get any more Eleonora content or no? Yes. Funny you should say that at this exact moment. Somebody said, Zed, come back home. You'd love it as a pirate. Yeah. He'll be back in some episodes, in a few episodes. Yeah, somebody said Kalesa in the comments of Sabine's Instagram posts. Like, I will kill the captain and marry you.
You're gonna, but then she'd have to fight Fee, and that would be sad.
True. She wouldn't like to do that. Yeah, somebody said Eleonora is gonna come back as Kalesa's girlfriend. Joking. Who's to say?
Eleonora is coming back. I mean, Eleonora is coming back.
Yeah. Eleonora will be back around the time when the rest of the season 1 is back.
Yeah, because I think we're getting everybody else, and then we're getting Zed, and then we're getting Eleonora.
We're getting what we said. The order that we're getting them is Ravain, Verity, Ereve, Celica, and Talindra, and then Zed, and then Eleonora, and then Kalesa, Fen, and Mia.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Will we get to see Butch Eleonora?
Yes, we will.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh man. And the reason we didn't put Sabine in that returning of season 1 characters is because Sabine comes back before they do.
Sabine comes back in season 2, but
yeah. Well, they're all coming back in season 2, but the rest of them are coming back closer to the end of the season. Sabine's coming back earlier.
Yeah. Sabine would have been back way earlier
if I hadn't rolled that
if you hadn't rolled that nat 1.
But oh jeez.
It's been fun working that whole process out. Like the fact that Sabine was supposed to be back and Sabine was supposed to come back in episode 7. That's when Sabine, this week is when Sabine was supposed to come back.
Yep.
In our initial pitch, and it just didn't happen.
So sad. Everybody's losing their minds about season 1 characters coming back, particularly Celica and Talindra, which is what they deserve.
Yeah, you don't get them until almost the end of the season.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really interesting because, again, we haven't recorded these episodes yet, but we're going to be doing the return of a lot of the season 1 characters alongside the introduction of a lot of very critical characters for season 3. Namely the cousins that we were talking about earlier. Yeah.
A lot's going to be happening at the end of season 2. Our last mini arc for season 2 is packed.
And I would say
more so than the rest of the season.
Episodes 11 through 15, we are gonna get so roasted. People, we rolled so many fucking plot relevant nat 20s. I'm not going to tell you guys specifically what happened, but there was an episode we recorded very recently where Leo and the captain rolled back-to-back nat 20 persuasion checks for like one of the most important plot points. Like, yeah, we're going to take it happened. It happened, and we're going to tell you that it happened. But
which of your characters would you genuinely get along with? Like, I feel like Fee would fit perfectly right next to you two, just info dumping about D&D. Yeah, I feel like
I'd get along with Fee.
We'd get along with Fee pretty well.
I feel like we'd also both get along with Leo.
We'd get along with Leo if his ego deflated a little bit. We'd get along better with season 2 Leo than season 1 Leo.
Yeah. We both get along famously with Zed, I think.
We both get along famously with Zed.
So true.
I would get along famously with Sabine. I think I am free on Thursday night.
I see where I don't think I would dislike Sabine, but I think she's too cerebral for me.
I don't think we have any main characters that we wouldn't get along with is the thing.
Yeah. I would get along famously with the captain. I would get along famously with the captain.
I would love to talk to Arave. I would love to be info dumped by Arave.
So true.
I think.
I think we would also both get along very well with Verity because Verity has a lot of my wife in her. Yeah.
Kalessa also.
And also Kalessa, yeah. But there's a reason we always have my wife play Kalessa in our bonus episodes.
The rowdiness is very yeah, we would get along very well with Ravane. Somebody's saying, yeah. I love Ravane.
I don't think I'd get along well with Mia. I enjoy Mia's
That's
concept.
Fair. I enjoy Mia from afar.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us would like a conversation with Mia because they're just a lot.
Yeah. And they're mean. And we don't do well with mean people.
Yeah. Well, we're both a little mean, but in a good-natured way. Yeah, somebody said me with defiance. Yeah, you just from afar. Oh, last call for questions. We are going to cut it off.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, there's a reason that we always have my wife play Kalessa in our bonus episodes, and we have also based both of our Kalessa character voices off of my wife.
Yeah.
And that is because my wife the other day came home
and showed us both a tattoo that she had gotten from a friend of hers in the friend's living room.
Friend is learning how to do this, and I said, oh, your friend is learning how to do this in a way that she's got an apprenticeship, right? She's learning how to do this in the shop. And my wife went, no. But I got this tattoo anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, we based a lot of Kalessa's mannerisms and voice acting shit off my wife.
That's also why, if you notice similarities in the general vibes of Kalessa and the single love interest in campaign 2, she's also got a lot of Chelsea in her.
Well, because initially in the home game we played her in, that character was played by Chelsea. But
that's a recurring theme that we've noticed in a lot of the characters that we latch onto so much is that they're a lot like Chelsea. We love Chelsea a lot. Somebody said, have you ever considered doing specials? More specifically, consider Compelled but make it April Fools. Maybe for the Patreon. We did the bonus episodes for the Patreon.
We did a prank war episode. What more do you want?
We did do a prank war episode on the Patreon.
Yeah, you just have to subscribe to the Patreon to get access to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a prank war bonus episode. The whole bonus episode was just a prank war.
Yeah. We had fun with that.
It was a lot of fun. But oh man, I wish Chelsea would get home before we wrap up because I just want people. I know. I wish people could listen to Chelsea talk so that they could hear how
that is our Kalessa voice.
Yeah, because my wife's voice is essentially my Kalessa voice. Hey guys, I got a tattoo. Look at this.
Yeah. Oh jeez.
My friend is learning and she wanted to practice. Oh, you mean she's learning? She got an apprenticeship at a tattoo shop? No!
Exchanges between Kalessa and her future girlfriend.
Exchanges I have had with my wife within the past month have been, hey, babe, I'm home and I got a septum piercing and also...
Yeah. She also got a piercing.
Hey guys, look, I got a tattoo.
She keeps leaving the house to do errands and doing
And
body
coming
mods.
back with body mods. Yeah.
Which, yeah.
Chelsea's the star of the show. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Chelsea is the star of the show. Yeah. Yeah, she's heavily influential on Kalesa. She's...
Yeah.
In a way, she's influential on Sabine because of her competitive streak.
Yeah.
Her competitive streak is definitely something
she's
we can foresee.
influential on a lot of the women in the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Chelsea's world and we're all just living in it. Yep. Yeah. All right, we're gonna wrap it up, guys.
All right, everybody have a great... Oh man, will we see you next week?
Oh, we will see you next week. Next week is our longest episode so far.
Ever, yep.
Ever. We keep getting close to it, but it's long. It's long.
We're gonna have fecal thoughts. We're gonna have
a lot of thoughts.
We're gonna have Leo's head thoughts. We're gonna
have a lot of thoughts next week. It's a hell of an episode.
Anyway. Captain Backstory dump. Anyway, okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Oh, how long is it? About an hour 40 minutes, I think.
Hour and 40 minutes. Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Have fun.
Bye.
Bye.